Channel 56 News. I'm your anchor, Shehzer Northern Bodily Kasmri Premji Memji Poonjani. Breaking news. The new comedy group Abbott and Costello have just came out with another rendition of Abbott and Costello by reperforming the famous Who's On First. Eric Stoll, the National Baseball Hall of Fame's Senior Director of Exhibitions, had this to say about Who's On First.
Seems to never grow old. It is one of the most popular things we have in the museum. It will either be an older generation of fans excited to see it and getting a big kick out of it, or parents with their kids, sitting the kids down and saying, "You have to see this." In a day and age when so much has changed, it's good to see something kind of timeless. Wait, are you recording this? Get out there!
Thank you, Eric. Now let's take a look at this great performance by Abbott and Costello.
Man, I love baseball. Hey, when we get to St. Louis, will you tell me the names of the guys on the team? So that when we get to the St. Louis ballpark, I can know those fellas?
Alright, but strange as it may seem, they give ball players peculiar names nowadays.
Some funny names?
Nicknames, pet names. Now, on the St. Louis team, we have Who's On First, What's On Second, and I Don't Know's on Third.
Well, that's what I want to find out. I want you to tell me the guys on the team.
I'm telling you, Who's On First, What's On Second, and I Don't Know's on Third.
Do you know the fellas' names?
Yes.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fella's name on first base.
Who?
The fella playing first base for St. Louis.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who's on first?
Well, then what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you who's on first.
I'm asking you, who's on first?
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who's on first?
Have you got a first baseman on first base?
Certainly.
Then who's playing first?
Absolutely.
When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it, and why not? The man's entitled to it.
Who is?
Yes.
So who gets it?
Why shouldn't he? Sometimes his wife comes down and picks it up.
Whose wife?
Yes, after all, the man earns it.
Who does?
Absolutely.
All I'm trying to find out is what's the guy's name on first base.
Oh, no. What's on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, don't change the players around.
I'm not changing nobody.
Now take it easy.
What's the guy's name on first base?
What's the guy's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not talking about him.
How did I get on third base?
You mentioned his name.
If I mentioned the third baseman's name, who did I say is playing third?
No. Who's playing first?
Stay off of first, will ya?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Now, what's the guy's name on third base?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
Here I go, back on third again.
Well, I can't change their names.
Will you please stay on third base?
Please. Now, what is it you want to know?
What is the fella's name on third base?
What is the fellow's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. You got an outfield?
Oh, sure.
St. Louis has got a good outfield?
Oh, absolutely.
The left fielder's name?
Why?
I don't know, I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Then tell me who's playing left field.
Who's playing first?
Stay out of the infield.
Don't mention any names out there.
I want to know what the fella's name is in the left field.
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base.
Now take it easy. Take it easy, man.
And the left fielder's name?
Why?
Because.
Oh, he's center field.
Wait a minute. You got a pitcher on the team?
Wouldn't this be a fine team without a pitcher?
I don't know. Tell me the pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
I'm telling you, man.
Then go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
What time tomorrow are you going to tell me who's pitching?
Now listen. Who's not pitching? Who's on...
I'll break your arm if you say who's on first.
Then why come up here and ask?
I want to know the pitcher's name.
What's on second?
I don't know. Third base. You got a catcher?
Yeah.
The catcher's name?
Today.
Today. And tomorrow's pitching.
Now you've got it.
That's all. St. Louis has got a couple days on their team, that's all.
Well, I can't help that. Alright, what do you want me to do?
You got a catcher?
Yup.
I'm a good catcher too, you know.
Oh, I know that.
I would like to play for the St. Louis team.
I might be able to arrange that.
Well, I would like to catch. Now, I'm being a pretty good catcher. Tomorrow's pitching on the team, and I'm catching.
Yes.
Tomorrow throws the ball, and the guy bunts the ball up.
Yes.
Now when he bunts the ball, me being a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out at first base. So I pick up the ball and throw it to who?
Now that's the first thing right you've said.
I don't even know what I'm talking about!
Well, that's all you have to do.
Is throw it to first base?
Yes.
Now who's got it?
Naturally.
Who has it?
Naturally.
Naturally?
Naturally.
Okay.
Now you've got it.
I pick up the ball and throw it to Naturally.
No, you don't. You throw the ball to first base.
Then who gets it?
Naturally.
Okay.
Alright.
I throw the ball to Naturally.
You don't. You throw it to who?
Naturally.
Well, that's it. Say it that way.
That's what I said.
You did not.
I said I'd throw the ball to Naturally.
You don't. You throw it to who?
Naturally.
Yes.
So I throw the ball to first base and Naturally gets it.
No, you throw the ball to first.
Then who gets it?
Naturally.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not saying that.
I throw the ball to Naturally.
You throw it to who?
Naturally.
Naturally. Well, say it that way.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, don't get excited. Don't get excited.
I throw the ball to first base.
Then who gets it?
He better get it.
Alright, now don't get excited. Take it easy.
No, I throw the ball to first base. Whoever it is drops the ball, so the guy runs to second. Who picks up the ball and throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. I don't know. Throws it back to Tomorrow. A triple play.
Yeah, it could be.
Another guy gets up, and it's a long fly ball to because. Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't care.
What was that?
I said I don't care.
Oh, that's our shortstop. What a wonderful performance. Let's welcome our historian, Mr. Sean Getty.
Thanks for having me, Shehzer. Now let's talk about Abbott and Costello. They have continued to make an impact on our society 75 years after they first performed. Noted Grateful Dead lead guitarist Jerry Garcia claimed that seeing the film Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein when he was 8 years old changed his life permanently and remained his lifelong favorite movie. In the comedy film Robin Hood Men in Tights, an Abbott, played by Dick Van Patten, walks down the aisle prior to a wedding, and someone in the crowd screams out, "Hey Abbott!" much like Lou Costello. An episode of the VeggieTales children's show, Duke of the Great Pie War, features a character named the Abbott of Costello, who tests 2 of the characters using a modified Who's on First routine. An episode of Animaniacs featured the characters of Skippy and Aunt Slappy doing a version of the skit at Woodstock. Instead of using the band's names of The Who, the band and Yes, instead of the names Who, What, and I Don't Know. The Abbott and Costello show was a catchphrase occasionally used when referring to the Australian government of John Howard due to the names of the 2 prominent members of the cabinet, Federal Health Minister Tony Abbott and Federal Treasurer Peter Costello. And ESPN calls it the greatest comedy skit of all time.
Thank you, Sean. And that concludes today's show of Channel 56 News. See you tomorrow, America.